Hey guys, my name is Lilly and today I want to talk about the situation in Europe, but also I would like to talk about this here. Guys, if you want to keep cash as a payment, it's really important that you pay cash. So a lot of people think that, hey, for cash I have to go to an ATM and cash point and then I have to carry around this cash and it could get stolen from me, so it's very inconvenient, so I'd rather just pull out my phone or banking card, and pay with my card. And guys, I completely understand that. But if you're paying with your credit card or bank card, every transaction is somewhere saved on a server in a cloud, so they can tell a lot about your consumer behavior if you are paying with card. Now with cash, that's different. That's freedom. And that's what I would like to have. It's my personal freedom, but also it is about data protection. And I think it's nobody's business to take a look at my personal data of what I'm eating or when I'm going out or when I'm going into the cinema. And people underestimate the importance and the value of their personal data. Your personal data is sold by companies that just exist for the sole purpose of collecting your personal data. If you don't care about that, okay, that's fine. But still, I think most people are not aware of the severity, what happens if you don't protect our data. Also today, I want to show you this video here about the progression of the digital euro in the European Union.
The digital euro is on the move. Yesterday, the Governing Council of the ECB approved the opening of the preparation phase. It will be a journey, and we will walk the journey together with the legislator. All European institutions will be involved to make sure that Europe is equipped with the currency of the future. Cash is here to stay. You will have all options, cash and digital cash. So what does it mean for you? For consumers, it would be free and easy to use everywhere in the euro area. All of that, of course, is subject to the legislative process. Cash or digital, the choice will be yours. Your euro, your choice.
Sure, the choice will be yours. Okay. I think the choice will be not ours in not too distant future. So this is how it goes. So first, they're going to introduce the digital currency. Then more and more people are going to use it. Maybe they have to incentivize people to use it. And then people will get used to it, The older generation dies, the younger generation is used to it. And then more and more people are using it. And then when about 70% of all transactions are with the digital currency, or maybe 75% or 80%, then they will say, we don't need the other options anymore. We don't need PayPal, bank card, credit card, debit card. We don't need cash. We don't need something else anymore because the majority is paying with the digital euro anyway. I think it will be a transition period where you really can pay either with cash, card or digital euro, but later on they will say most of the people are now using the new system, so we quit the old system. Okay, now I want to show you some statistics of cash payments in Europe. So here you can see the statistic from Austria. So we love cash. We are the king of cash in Europe. And 66% of purchases or transactions have been made with cash in 2021. But in 2023, it was only 63% anymore. So the cash payments are declining. They are on a decline even here in Austria. And why is that? Well, it's especially older people, the older generation who are using cash. The younger generation is more used to using bank cards or PayPal even, or other means of payment. because it's much easier if you just wave around a card or your phone, right? So that was the transactions with cash in Austria. But because the transactions with cash are going down, that also means that there are less cash points and ATMs that you can use. So here you can see a couple of articles. I just hold this into the camera where it's saying that we have less and less cash points or ATM machines every year. Here there's an article which is stating that the way to a cash point is just too long. So it takes too long to get to one, and that's also one reason why people are now paying more with cards or credit cards. So this here is the stats of ATMs or cash points in the European Union. You can see Austria is number 1. We have 1,600 ATMs per 1 million people. And what's funny is that the last on the list is Sweden. Because Sweden has tried for a couple of years now to get rid of cash. So this is the ultimate consequence. If you're not using cash, you will have less ATMs. And that means that in case of an emergency, for example, there won't be an ATM around. So having some cash on hand, it's not only a sign of freedom, but it's also a means of payment in emergency situations. Here I found an article about the cash in Sweden, and this article is stating that the boss of the central bank in Sweden is criticizing the cashless society a little bit, because now it's becoming a problem because the young Swedes, they don't know how to use cash anymore. He's also saying that the digital future brings risk, for example, like cyber attacks and blackouts, or when the internet is not working, that payments are not available anymore. So you cannot do any payments without cash, and this could lead to a severe problem in society because you cannot even buy food. You know, I understand that digital payments, they have their advantage, of course, but going completely cashless, I don't think it's good. It's very risky, and in case of an emergency, you cannot even buy apples and pears in the store. It's crazy. So I cannot emphasize enough that people start using cash again. It's very easy. You just go to the cash point, to the ATM machine, and get some cash and make payments with cash. Okay, next, how does Austrian politicians react to this topic? Well, there are 2 political parties here. This is the ÖVP, which is the People Party, conservative, a little bit right-wing party. They want to make cash payments so that you have a right for cash payments, and it should be in the constitution of Austria. This is not the only party that wants that. There's also a second party, which is the FPÖ, that's the right-wing party in Austria, and they also want the right to pay with cash in the Austrian constitution. Now the problem is that to get this law into the Austrian constitution, you need 75% of the votes of the Austrian parliament. And they've tried this a couple of years ago. In 2019, they have tried to put cash into the Austrian constitution, but they did not get enough of votes. So now they try again, but the left is not really interested in putting cash payments into the constitution. So I don't think they are going to make it. Here's another article about why Austria is still a cash is king country. We just love our cash, and a lot of politicians are for cash in Austria. But the European Union is now trying to erode the cash payments little by little. So what they are now trying is they want to have this 10,000 euro limit, so you can only pay cash if the price of a product or whatever you're purchasing is not over 10,000 euros. So they don't want us to make big transactions with cash. And the European Union is justifying their demands by saying that this is important to fight crime, like for example, laundry and financing terrorism. That's one argument that they always bring, right? So it's the crime. So they say that cash payments make crime possible, and they rather take away my freedom and your freedom of paying with cash from law-abiding citizens than going for criminals the old way. And here in Austria, we have a functioning police, a very good police force, and they are catching a lot of criminals. That's not the problem. We catch those criminals. The problem is that those criminals don't stay in prison for a long time. Okay, here you can see an article about a 62-year-old who was money laundering, and he laundered 700,000 euros. So he got in prison, but only for 1 year and 2 years on probation. So that's what you get for money laundering worth of 700,000 euros, which is crazy. Now also here at the end of the article, the police could get back 500,000 euros of their 700,000 euros. So the damage was only 200,000 euros. But still, it's a significant damage, and you only get like 1 year of prison. And most of the times, you know, if you're a young criminal, you won't go into prison right away. They will give you one chance after one other, and maybe if you committed a couple of crimes, not only like cash crimes, but different sort of crimes, then you will go into prison. So you have to do a lot of bad stuff to go into prison in Austria. And the problem is that a lot of those prisoners get released early, or they don't get a long prison sentence, and then they're out again. Here you can see another article about financing terrorism by a 23-year-old living in Austria, and he sent money down to bank accounts of ISIS terrorist groups, and he was found guilty, and then he was sentenced. Because he was so young, probably he only got a probation time, so he did not go into prison at all. So here at the end of the article it states that he only got like 2 years on probation, and he has to be a part of a de-radicalization program, and that's it. The police force is working. We have laws against criminals, and the country was working for a really long time like this. So getting rid of cash would only prevent maybe a little bit of a crime, but criminals always find ways to pay themselves differently, you know. But it would certainly erode a big part of our freedom, which is paying with cash. So guys, the quintessence of this video is that if you don't use cash to make your transactions, they will sooner or later take this away as a legal means of payment and make it illegal. They will make cash illegal if you do not use cash for your transactions. This is the plan. The plan is that everybody is going to be using digital currencies, euros and whatever, and they can see whatever you purchase. You're completely transparent as a customer, as a consumer, and they can then say, we don't like your Facebook post that you made 1 month ago about this topic, so now you can only purchase this, this and that, and if you don't behave, we let your digital euro expire. So that's what they can do if people start using digital currencies.
If you think about the benefits of digital money, there are huge potential gains. It's not just about digital forms of physical currency. You can have programmability, units of central bank currency with expiry dates. You could have, as I argue in my book, a potentially better and some people might see it as a darker world where the government decides that units of central bank money can be used to purchase some things, but not other things that it deems less desirable.
So I personally do not want to live in a country which has rules and laws and regulations like China. I want to be free. I want to use cash on whatever I want to purchase. And it's nobody's business what I'm buying. It's nobody's business. So guys, if you want to have freedom, cash equals freedom, then pay with cash. Pay with cash. It's also a political statement that you pay with cash, because that means that you vote for freedom. This is a vote, okay? They know exactly how many % of people are paying with cash. Okay, at the end of the video, I want to tell you 2 important things. So first of all, my Instagram account got deactivated. And I'm not so sure why, but I think they just didn't like what I'm saying here on YouTube. So as a consequence, I have deleted my Facebook account. So now I don't have Facebook or Instagram, and honestly, I'm not missing it. Privately, I really haven't used Facebook in 10 years, 5 years, 7 years, I don't know. So I'm not missing it, I don't need it. But I have a Twitter account now, and I'm posting all of the videos that I'm posting here on YouTube on my Twitter account, and even more information and photos. And I have a Rumble account, so in case something goes south here on YouTube, then you can find this video on Rumble as well. Last but not least, I would like to tell you that there is a bunker for sale in Austria, and it's lying within 30 minutes of the airport of Vienna. I've been there, I've made a video about it, and it's a great bunker. I cannot afford it, but I would definitely buy it if I had the money, which I don't have. So if you're interested in this bunker, you can contact me on my email address, which you can find on my YouTube channel page. All right, that's it. I really want to thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned till next time.